being with the same people 24/7, driving, sleeping, eating, working. It's kind of like you got married, but there wasn't a party. You definitely make some close relationships, learn how to work as a team. Ultimately, I'm really grateful to have that experience.
So there was one moment I would love to relive. It might sound weird, but there was one day we were driving by and we see a moose. I was not born in Canada, and it was like my dream. Like, if you go to Canada, you have to see a moose.
When we were driving through Northwest Territories, we seen a male bison. This thing was huge. I'm talking bigger than a moose, thicker than a Snicker. This thing was massive. I was in awe, and that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
There was one night, halfway through tour, it was about like midnight, and we were driving to Manitoba, and all of a sudden, one of my team members looked out the window and was like, oh my goodness, those are the Northern Lights. Immediately, we pulled the truck over, we all got out of the truck, and we looked up at the sky, and it was absolutely filled with Northern Lights. The colors were amazing, they were dancing, and it was such a cool experience.
The most beautiful scenery that we saw across Canada would have to be Jasper National Park. And just to see those white-capped mountains, those lakes, it was just really great to see some of Canada's natural beauty.
We're not only giving impact to the students and the people around us, the road team leaders and the road team members are also getting impacted. So for me, when we came into Jasper with the Rocky Mountains, the energy and the vibe had just hit me right in my core. I didn't even want to leave. I almost told my team leader that, hey, bye!
Our best meals on tour came from the Indigenous communities that we were able to stay in. Definitely a lot of good bannock, baked and fried, Indian tacos, taco in a bag.
We were actually at a school in Saskatchewan, and they made this whole potluck thing for us where every single teacher for lunch brought a meal or a dish in, and we just felt so welcome and so appreciated, and the food was absolutely incredible.
So the best meal I think personally we had at a billet house was raclette that we had at a farmhouse in BC. We had this huge pot with like cheese and like German sausages and all kinds of veggies on it. And then we had some really nice chats. It was just amazing.
The biggest lesson that I learned on tour would probably have to be not to care so much about the little things, not so much sweating the small stuff, because so much can happen in one day that by the time you get to the end of the day, you realize what really matters as long as you keep your eye on the prize and you're working towards that greater goal.
One of the biggest lessons and thing that I learned on tour was how to be vulnerable with people. I was living with the same two people every single day, and that forced me to be vulnerable with them and share the things that I was going through and the things I was feeling, and it was amazing to be able to tap into that part of myself.
The biggest lesson we learned on tour was we can't do this alone. From the training at LiveDifferent, from the people at LiveDifferent, from my road team members, to even the billets, the teachers, the principals, all the schools, everybody was very welcoming. We would not be able to smoothly travel across Canada without everyone involved. So thank you guys for helping us. I've enjoyed my time. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you guys again.